Hello, my name's Mike, aka SureSight1987, and I'm bringing you a first impressions of Legends of Heroes, which has recently been released on Steam, which was the 29th of July. It's a Japanese RPG. It's quite pretty, following kind of two main characters throughout their adventures with the guild, where they become what are called bracers, which are kind of adventurers kind of involved in the safeguarding of the citizens and essentially kind of handling problems with monsters. The artwork I think is quite pretty. It's quite a straightforward game, quite linear in its pathways, and quite a rich storyline. The artwork, as I said, I think is great, and the cutscene you're about to see shortly is brilliant. So kind of here's just a little bit of the prologue where Dad brings home a random boy, because that's just kind of what every little girl wants in their life, to Dad just bring home a random boy. So she's a little bit less than impressed, but they grow up to be kind of very good friends and always quite brother and sister in their relationship, and that kind of leads on to a lot of kind of new story and dialogue together. So here comes the opening credits, and I hope you enjoy, because it's got a fantastic soundtrack, and I will catch you on the other end. So after the cutscene, you can see now that I'm looking at the map for the world at the moment, and it's just pretty large actually. So it shows that there's potentially kind of a lot of new storyline available. The controls are a little bit confusing. They tend to go a little bit all over the place, and the Xbox controller that I was using for this does have a configuration which you can set up, but things like for the S brakes that come later on, there's no configuration on the Xbox controllers. You have to use your mouse and keyboard for that. So it's a little bit kind of bitty really with the controls, So things like the camera is able to rotate using the select and start functions on the Xbox controller, and it kind of rotates at a 45-degree angle each time. The game does have quite a lot of bugs in it at the moment, which you have to get just the right configuration to get this to run. So I've been running this at 720p because at higher graphic rates it causes problems. It's on window mode because it doesn't run the cutscenes properly if you don't run it at that. And the same is for shopping. It crashes every time that you don't have rich text on. So that kind of creates a lot of difficulty. So the gameplay itself, the combat in particular, is kind of quite straightforward, turn-based, based on an action bar that kind of scrolls up on the left-hand side. You move into position so that your character is kind of close enough to attack within the radius of their attack circle. It's quite straightforward. I mean, the kind of beginning gives you a simple enough tutorial to allow you to do that. The game comes with English voice animation for the battles, which is kind of a nice little twist, really. It took me a while to get used to it with the Xbox control, but generally worked pretty well. The combat kind of includes various different angles, and obviously as your party expands there'll be more people available. The combat itself is actually not as easy. It's not like your first battles that these enemies are causing minimal damage to you. They're actually taking quite a hefty bite out of you. So as you move on to further adventures, health is something that you do have to keep an eye on. So in terms of just combat itself, you've got the craft menu, which allows for certain characters to have status boosts or specific attacks that use up some of your kind of limit gauge, as it were. And then when you've got full limit gauge, you've got the S breaks, which these are your kind of big fancy attacks that deal heavy damage. These overall cause heavy damage, look a bit cool. You've kind of got a bit of different animation for them, obviously more get unlocked over time. As I pointed out with the S brake, you have to use the keypad or keyboard rather to select them. As the Xbox controller does not have the capacity to do it. So overall, I'm rating this game at the minute. Get past its bugs, get the right configurations right, and you're in pretty good kind of stead to win. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy.